My next speaker is going to be the person that made this wonderful video that we saw earlier, Jim Rizoli. Jim is a videographer. He has a cable network that used to have a cable network until the usual suspects didn't like it and have been giving him a hard time about it. So he's been fighting his own battle here for a long time, over a decade, I'm sure. Jim has done some wonderful work and put out a lot of good videos. He's an excellent speaker. I've heard him speak at Paul Petty's Freedom Palooza several times. And the other thing, what did I want to say about you? I think he also has a second video that
there's something that's going to be played later.
There's something that's also going to be played later. So again, we want to thank you for the video. It was a beautiful, wonderful video, and would like to hear your version of the story.
Okay.
Jim Rizoli, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, thank you, folks here. I'm glad to be here. I haven't been really speaking too much lately. They do their best to try to stop me everywhere I go, but I haven't been arrested. I'm not in jail yet, so that's a good sign. Okay? But it might get to that at some point.
We're still free, Jen. We're still free.
Yeah, for now anyway. I just want to give you a little bit of a background of myself. I got involved with an issue, say 2012, thereabouts, not 12, 2002, in my town. And the issue was an immigration issue, right? This is when in Massachusetts anyway, where I live, the immigrants were just flocking in by the thousands. I mean, they just came into Massachusetts like crazy. And my brother actually started a group of people, small group of people, that dealt with the immigration issue. And we try to get people involved so that we can fight against it, because it was just horrible. And my website, if you want to go to that website, ccfiile.com, that is my website. Concerned Citizens and Friends of Illegal Immigration Law Enforcement was that acronym. That's what it stood for. But that was just the beginning of my life, okay? Once I got into the immigration issue in my town in Massachusetts, I had a lot of visibility. In Boston, if they wanted to talk about the immigration issue, I'm talking the networks. I've been on all the network news. You don't know anything about me, but when I was really going hot at this point in time in Boston, anytime they wanted to talk about immigration issues, the major news stations would come to me. All of them call me. PBS call me. Anytime anything dealing with illegal immigration, call Rizoli. All right. So things were going pretty well, dealing with the immigration issue. We talk about it. We get people involved. But then what happens is they label you as a racist, and that's what happens. That becomes a really bad thing that happens. And you have some people that will jump on your side, but then what happens is you get marginalized, and that's the end of you. So here I am. I ran for state representative. I ran for selectman in my town, and this and that. And obviously, when you have the racist thing on your head, you're not going to go anywhere. All right? I mean, I'm just telling you, okay? So if you want to get involved in politics, you better not be involved in anything that's controversial, because they'll bury you. But that's nothing, okay? That was nothing. So now, the immigration issues are going along, blah, blah, blah. And then, I have 4 cable shows in town. Everything's going great. I'm known everywhere. People see me. I'm in a store. I'm at McDonald's. People come up to me, shake my hand. Oh, I really like your show, blah, blah, blah. Well, show 86. Good old show 86. That was one that I remember well, because that's the topic. That's when I came out of the closet. All right? I came out of the closet, and I talked about the only issue you cannot talk about in the whole world, and that's the Holocaust. That was it. Okay? So my whole show, a good part of the show, Show 86 was on the Holocaust.
Oh.
Well, yeah, I mean, all about
Jim,
that.
You know what 86 is, right, in police?
Huh?
When somebody gets 86?
Oh, no, I didn't know.
Well, when you get 86, you get...
Oh, well, there you go.
There you
Perfect.
go, brother.
That was perfect. Well, anyway, so now I have a business in town, and a lot of my clientele were Jews. All right, so 75% of my business gone, just like that, overnight, gone. All right, but the only problem was that it didn't matter to me if I worked or not worked. I didn't care. I mean, I could survive, and financially it was not a problem. And so I lost all my Jewish clientele. Now, I'm in a business network. I was in the business network 15 years. They kicked me out. I mean, they kicked me out. I was a good person. I worked with everybody. We all worked well together. But just because of that one topic, they didn't want to have anything to do with me anymore. So there I'm a pariah. I mean, look at me. I mean, no, I have no home anymore. I have no home. I lost pretty much most of my clientele. But it actually works out good, because what people don't understand is when you know how doors open. Well, what they did was I stopped working, but now guess what I can devote all my time to? Oh my goodness, I can devote all my time to my favorite topic. Okay? And so now, boom, I'm just out there, I'm pushing away with my cable shows, and I'm just blasted them now. I had one show, went up to 2 shows, I have 4 shows, I'm producing, I'm on TV 16 times a week. I'm just pounding these people into the ground with the topic. I mean, pounding them. I can just imagine. The ADL is coming after me now. Everybody's coming after me. And then all of a sudden, bam, my cable company just said, you're breaking all these rules and this and that, and they took me off in 2010. So they took me off, and then I was off for a year, and I came back on again in 2011, and this time I'm even worse. I'm pounding away at them again, and then boom, they came after me again. It's just in 2014. I'll tell you what happened here. The show had to do with, I was trying to explain, because my topic is the Holocaust. I was trying to explain to them that when a body dies by carbon monoxide, okay, that you turn pink. All right, because a lot of people said that the people in the gas chambers were black and blue. Well, that couldn't happen because you turn pink. So I had a picture of a body, a back end of a woman's body. I think it's on the site nazigassings.com site. And I show what you look like when you were gassed and you look pink. Well, the cable company didn't like that, because they said, oh, you're putting nudity on your site. Can you imagine that? Now here's a picture that's used all through history. Everywhere you can use it. PBS will use it on their stations. Anyone will use it. It's not nudity. But see, there's a clause when I signed the contract that said I wouldn't have nudity in my show. The problem is I didn't have nudity in my show. I had a nude body trying to make a point about a historical event that happened at some point in time. But they had me. Oh, you had nudity on your show? You're off the air? And they took me off the air for a year and a half, and then something else happened, and I'm banned forever. Okay? That's the way it goes. So now I'm banned. And now I'm trying to get other people going to produce shows. I am so banned that they won't even let me produce shows for anybody else. That's how banned I am. My name was in a show. My name. The name came up. And Rizoli's name's in that show. And they questioned the show. And so that's where I stand now with them. I mean, I can't even be anywhere with my name in a show or anything like that. But just shows you, again, what's going on in that business in regards to how people want to stop the message. So, anyway.
It takes courage.
Well, I mean, you just keep going. I mean, the thing is, I don't back down to anyone. I just keep going, and that's how it is. So, I mean, thank you. I mean, it's the least I can do. Now, so that's where I stand now, in regards to my background. And I've produced thousands of shows and thousands of videos. YouTube, I had a nice channel, 600 videos, 700 videos. The Jews came after me. I mean, on Facebook, boom, get Rizoli. They banned my show. They banned all my YouTube videos. Took them right down. One day. The Jews came after me, and I was off the air in one day. That's how powerful these people are. to take a YouTube channel down, that's incredible. This is phenomenal. It doesn't stop there. I'm on Facebook. Jim Rizoli on Facebook. Banned. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything on Facebook. I was just putting stuff up, links here and there. They banned me on Facebook. So my name's not on Facebook as my name anymore. It's Jamie Rambo. All right? So there you go. So I'm on Facebook. As I have to use another name to be on Facebook. I mean, this is unbelievable. So now, anyway, I just want to talk to you a little bit about the trafficking video, which I think you might appreciate. Now, that's just not a collaboration of me. Peter sent me videos, and Jim Conduit sent me videos, and that's what happens. I'm like the cake maker. All right, you send me the pieces for the cake. I'll put the cake together. So it wasn't just a work on me, because they had to send me the videos and say, I want this video and this video and this video. And so I have to sit down now, because when you're dealing with video, one like that clip dealing with Phil Donahue was a 45-minute video. And so I had to go through that and just pick out pieces and pieces and pieces. And you got to cut it out, paste it together, and put it here. But I mean, it just takes a long time. I had 25 hours into that video. That one video, 25 hours. All right. So now that's how it is. So now I'm doing the video. I'm getting to get a lot of information about Jim Conduit and learning a lot about him. I mean, not Jim Conduit, Jim Traficant. I never knew much about him. I met him at Freedom Palooza, but not personally. He left by the time I got over to him. And so now I'm watching all these videos. I said, this is great, man. This man was phenomenal. I mean, I would guarantee if he ran for president, he'd be out doing Trump like nobody's business. He would. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that he would be doing this. Because he had it all together. Now, Trump might have some things together here, but Jim Traficant had it all together. He wasn't afraid of anybody. All right. So as I'm watching these, it's nice, because now I'm getting to really understand him and seeing what he stood for. I mean, he was a type of guy. I wish he was like my father. I mean, he could have been my father. You know what I'm saying? And it was just such a pleasure to do that video. It really was. I mean, I was so happy when I got the call for that video. I said, I'll be more than happy to put a video together about him, and because I really respected him. Because I don't do videos for anybody. Believe me, I get a lot of these politicians or somebody doing this or do that want me to do video for them, and unless it's the right topic for me, I will not do anything for them. So I only do video for a certain amount of people. So that's why the Jim Traficant video was a privilege for me to do. I really loved it. It was very enjoyable. And I actually cry every time I watch it. I mean, really. I mean,
Are you going to post that for everybody?
Yeah, I'm eventually going to post it. Right. But anyway, so it was great. I really enjoyed doing it. It was a great video. Like I said, it wasn't just me putting. I mean, I put it together, but again, I'm just a chef putting all the ingredients together, and I made it what it was. But I really think that we need people now to come into this movement here, whether it's my end of it, the revisionist movement, or the AFP, that end of it, and on the other subjects you deal with. We really have to get new blood in here to get people, really cranking with this message. And I met John Friend, and I mean, he's phenomenal in his website and what he talks about. I mean, and these are the young people you really have to start encouraging to get going, because, we oldsters here, I mean, we're running out of steam, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I hate to say it, I mean, it gets hard to be able to, do this and do that.
You're not running out of steam.
Well, I'm trying not to run out of steam, but
That's fine.
well, you'd be surprised. I got some flat tires every now and then. But the thing that I'm involved with now it's called the League of Extraordinary Revisionists. And that's what I'm involved with now.
Love it.
And what I'm doing is I'm interviewing all the older revisionists. For instance, my first interview was Fred Lukta, and he had to do with the Lukta report and the Auschwitz findings. The next one was Robert Farrason. I interviewed him on Skype. I got that one up. And just yesterday, I don't like to waste time as I'm coming into Washington. As I'm coming down in Pennsylvania, we stopped over, and I met Grandma Rudolph. And I interviewed him for 2 hours yesterday. Phenomenal video. He was just tremendous. And in regards to persecution, Grandma Rudolph, he went to prison for 44 months. And why did he go to prison? Because he wrote some books. He just wrote books.
Yeah.
He wrote books about findings in Auschwitz. That the fact is that cyanide poisoning, you can't kill people the way they said that happened at Auschwitz in those camps, just like Fred Luke did. So that video I'm working on right now, I actually have it put together pretty much. I just got to finish some loose ends on it. And that video is going to be available too. And that's, again, the League of Extraordinary Revisionists. I would love to, who's our next one we going?
Tobin.
I'm going to interview Tobin. All right, Tobin's in Australia. Love to interview Zundel. That's going to be a tough one to get Zundel. But that is my passion, and Diane has been helping me. I couldn't do it without her. She's the one that's organizing this. I mean, really. I mean, honestly, if she wasn't behind this, and if I never met her, this wouldn't have happened. Because I just didn't have the steam to do it, and she's pushing me. She's pushing me along the way to do it, and she's making all the agreements and meeting the people, getting it all together. I'm just doing this end of it, so I really appreciate this. So, the women. You think the women in the movements don't do anything, but they're very important for us too. They support us, so that's important. So the thing is that everyone here has a part to play. All right, and this is important. You might say, well, what can I do? Well, here's what you can do, all right? And I'm going to spell it out to you, really simple. All right, if you have money, you donate and help the people that are doing stuff. Really, if you give someone $100 or $50 or this, you'd be surprised how that helps somebody, okay? If you have talents, if you do have, some sort of video talent, or you are good in front of a camera and you want to get yourself out there too, please do something like that. Get into that aspect of it. All right. If you write, phenomenal writer. Right. I mean, John Frank, phenomenal writer. I've read his stuff. Phenomenal. All right. That's his talent. That's what he can do. I'm sure he can do other things, but everybody has a gift. We all have gifts. My gift, I don't know exactly what it is, but my gifts are what I'm doing now. Okay, to do what I'm doing. So use your gift, whatever you have. God has given you talents or something. If you know someone to make a connection, you'd be surprised. I was on an internet show the other night, and we wanted to find a name. There's an excellent book if you ever want to read this book, The Myth of Auschwitz, Benton Bradbury.
German villainy.
The myth of
German villainy.
The Myth of German Villainy. The Myth of German Villainy by Benton Bradbury. All right, we wanted to get in touch with this guy. All right, so I'm on this. What was the show? Rents.
No, it was Aaron.
Aaron's
show.
Aaron's show. And so she knew him. She knew who he was. So she got us the telephone number. We were able to call him, get in touch with him, and that was a good thing. You see how things work out. So there's people you might know that might lead you to somewhere else, another door to open. You might think, oh, that's just a small thing. But that's a big thing if it opens a door to get something cranking somewhere. So that's why everyone can do something. So don't be afraid. You see somebody out there doing something, figure out a way you can help them. Whatever way you can help them, you can help them. If they're going through your town one day, you can invite them to stay with you. If they're need some money for gas, you can help them with gas money or whatever you want to do. I've had a lot of people help me, and that's the reason why I keep going, because I've had a lot of people help me. I'm not just by myself doing this, so I really appreciate any help, and that's what we want to do. But anyway, I think I can probably sum it up here. I think we don't have a huge amount of people here, but what's that?
Quality.
Right, that's the point. I look at groups like this, like even when we have Freedom Palooza, we might have 50 people there, 100 people there. But something I'm saying to myself, wow, it's really worth being here because we're with a core group of people that really are good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a good, to come down here to Washington, I'm driving down here and I was like, whoa, what a nightmare coming here. But I'm telling you, but it was worth it. And, when you're with people that are good people, it encourages you. I mean, imagine coming in if there's only 2 people. I mean, you wouldn't be too encouraged. But, this is a good group of people. So I'm encouraged, and that makes me want to go on and help, do more work and help other people that want to get into the business or whatever talents they have to use. So I'm just happy. I'm really thrilled be here. I'm thrilled to be able to be somewhere and talk. Okay, because I get banned everywhere. There's an email list in my town, an email list. I'm on the town politics of the town. They kicked me off it. Okay, they kicked me off that list. I have no place to hang my hat. You know what I mean? Every place I go, they kick me off, But I'm like that little thing you hit and it pops up over here and it pops up over here. You go to the carnival, you can see my face. You know what I mean? On that little head. But anyway, you can get very discouraged. But you just keep going, And here's the thing. I'll just leave you with this thought. I look at life this way. If I'm going to go down, okay, if I'm going to go down, and I could be going down, I'm going to go down standing up. I'm not going down on my knees, all right? And that's where they want to put you, okay? They want to put you on your knees. They want you to grovel to them, okay? I'm not going to grovel to them. You're going to have to kill me standing up in my place. So that's the only thing I can say to you. If you want to just plug away, don't be afraid of them. But again, count the cost. Because if you're going to take the subject on, you're going to count the cost because they're going to come after you. They're going to stop you. They're going to try to stop you. It's not a popular topic. Everything we talk about here is not popular. So anyway, I encourage you. And again, thank you, folks. And thank you, Peter, for inviting me down.
Thank you very much, Jim. That was an excellent speech, very inspiring.
Tell him he's got a home on the American Free Press website.
Well, I was going to say that. You definitely have a home on the American Free Press website and on the Barnes Review website even more, because that's right up our alley, as you know, Holocaust revisionism. And you didn't mention that one of your hopes in coming down here was to meet Willis Carto, the godfather of revisionism, and interview him. And who deserves to be in that group more than he does? And unfortunately, he left us. And also, unfortunately, he didn't give that many interviews. In hindsight, he's given speeches, and we have videos of his speeches. He didn't give too many interviews. But the Barnes Review and the IHR, which Willis had started back in I guess the late 80s, was it? Had the same experiences that you did. As a matter of fact, the Jews ended up just torching the place, so, and eventually took Willis down, destroyed the Spotlight and Liberty Lobby, and the American Free Press is essentially a shadow of what the Spotlight was, at least as far as people goes, not as far as quality, for sure. Let's make that distinction. So we look forward to working with you in the future, because videos are a little bit of our weakness. I mean, we do much in print and all that, but nowadays doing videos is a great thing. And I saw your Fred Lecter interview. I thought it was, or is it Luchter? Yeah, Lucher. I've heard it said always, but yeah, he was. That's one person that he's got scientific evidence right there. There's no way you can argue with that. Short of put somebody in jail or kill him, you just can't argue with that evidence. So very commendable to have done what you're doing, and of course you're paying the price, because as you said, like you said, that's the ultimate sin when it comes to the Jews and Zionism. So you're very commended.